Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never.
Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Vamps here, bringing you episode 12 of this level cap to gold cap challenge series. So we're just gonna go and open up the mailbox real quick today and just dive right in. So as you can see, we got 140,000 gold in the mailbox today. The ring actually sold finally. So I bought this for 25k and I resold it for 90k, and because of the auction house cut, I got 85,000 gold for it. So nice 60,000 gold profit. Pretty easy. Buy it off the auction house, resell it at a higher price. What else we got here? Some pets sold, sinister gear, more scrolls like last time. I'm actually selling a decent amount of these horse leather eye level 225 pieces that are just crafted by leatherworking. It's just the BFA greens that professions can craft. And then I don't think we sold any transmog gear. Oh, we did, one piece for 385 gold. So not much transmog sales, but we did finally sell that ring, so that's a big boost to us. Just gonna go ahead and collect this real quick. I didn't collect the materials last episode, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well in this episode. Not sure really how much we've got on that character in terms of sales, but I did repost a few times, so I'm hoping that a decent amount of materials did manage to sell. So on this character, we're at 497,000 gold, almost to the 500,000 gold mark. So I'm going to start flipping some BOEs a lot more on this character as I see them pop up with my shopping scan. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and log over to the materials character now. Alright, so I've basically taken everything out of the mailbox that is not sales, and that's what I've got in my bags currently. So just going to go in with the mailbox, and we've got, looks like 150 sales, 11,000 gold on this first page. So that's going to put us over the amount we ended on in the last episode, I believe. I think it was 30,000 gold we ended with in the last episode. So we've already broken even, and that's the reason we were down a lot, is because I did invest in a lot more materials and also posting fees. Sometimes the posting fees can get to be a lot if you're posting the materials up every day. I try to do, but I think I've only listed these maybe like 6 or 7 times since I last opened this character's mailbox on the video. Let's see what we got in this next load real quick. And there are 8,000 gold in here. We still got one more load. I think it's only going to be maybe 6,000 or 7,000 gold, but it's still gold. Really easy though, just buying materials off the auction house and pretty stacking them and reselling them for a profit. So I mean, it doesn't get much better than that for that little amount of work. I'm gonna go ahead and collect this real quick. Mailbox wasn't too slow. Alright, so the last load. Alright, so in this last box, oh, we've got 10,000 gold, awesome. So we're actually up 20,000 gold on this character from the last time I opened the mailbox on this character. So at 50,000 gold now. So I'm gonna reinvest again, obviously, and then just go ahead and list the auctions up off camera. Aside from that, there's the farm we're gonna be doing today is actually a cataclysm farm. And I haven't really done that many cataclysm farms before, aside from the one we did in the first video with Bastion of Twilight. But this is actually a dungeon farm, and I'll go ahead and show you guys what that farm is now. Alright, so on the way to this dungeon that I'm about to run, I actually managed to loot one of those boxes like I talked about last episode, and I managed to get this sword called the Demon Slayer. It's actually not on the server right now, but they go for 12,000 gold. So, I mean, opening those boxes and just taking the time, like 5 seconds, just to stop by and see if they're there, definitely worth it, because you can get some pretty awesome pieces of transmog out of them. Anyways, today we're going to be taking a look at the dungeon Blackrock Caverns, and it's not labeled on the map, so I'm just going to show you guys where it is. So you just go through that gate, run up here, take the first right, and the instance actually isn't there. But all you have to do is run through this little gate and it'll put you in the instance. So we're going to go ahead and do this farm. I'm not really sure what to expect. I know that there is some transmog that is worth a lot in here, like the blue rare drops, but I know that the green is probably not going to be worth that much. So really just going after the blues. So if we can get one of those, that'd be really good. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this farm, and I'll show you guys the route. So I'll see you after. Alright, so I just finished doing this run, and the results are pretty good. This does say 7 out of 9 instances, and that's because my game crashed after the second instance, or after the second reset. So Lewd Appraiser only got 7, or only recorded 7, and with those 7, I managed to pick up 350,000 gold worth of item value, which is really good. But a lot of these are, it's kind of weird items, I would say. But that's the thing with transmog, you never know what's going to sell. Someone might be in the market for that one item that one day, and if yours is up, they'll buy it. That's just basically how transmog works. So you never know what is going to sell, so everything has a chance to sell. But aside from the greens, I got a few of the rares like I was talking about, like the staff, worth about 3k on my server, this neck piece, which is worth about 3k, and then this dagger, which isn't really worth much on my server, but it might be worth a lot on your server, because as you can see on the region value, it says it's worth 3,500 gold. So that could be a good seller on your server, but on mine it's not. And like I said earlier, we picked up the Demon Slayer, which was just out of a box I found in the middle of the Burning Steppes, and that's worth 12k on my server. And a lot of people seem to think that necks and rings don't sell, and I used to think that too. But here's proof that a ring does sell, and this is from when we ran Gundrak, the Wrath of the Lich King dungeon farm, and I mean that ring sold for 7k, and that's just a random ring from Wrath of the Lich King. So that's just proof that rings and necklaces do sell. But I wouldn't list rings and necklaces if they weren't worth a lot. So if a ring was worth like 200 gold, I wouldn't list it. But if they're worth over a few thousand gold, I'd definitely go ahead and throw it up. You never know who might buy it. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw this up in the auction house, and I'm going to run a shopping scan and see if there's any BOEs that look like they could be good flips for us. Alright, so I just posted everything up, and I just want to go over how I do BOE flips. So basically, in here, you're going to type in what I have right here, so /120/120, I level 350, I level 425, armor epic. But I already have it as a favorited search, so I just click that, and then it's going to go ahead and run a search scan, and I'm just going to let this search for any BOEs right now. Alright, so it's done searching, and what I do is I come over here and I look at these values, and I try to stay below 70% if I'm going to decide to flip something. I like to flip the things that are in the blue, so 36%, 39%, 47%, 48%, but you don't want to buy the items that are there. You want to double click, and you want to check the prices underneath it. So for this piece right here, is 36% market value currently. You can see it says it's worth 250,000 gold, and according to the eye level, it's this could be a good piece to flip. However, with the new raid coming out and the item level of a lot of gear going up, this would probably take a long time to sell, and it's a pretty big investment for a low eye level piece of gear. So I'm not going to sell that one, or I'm not going to buy that and try to flip that one. Let's check out this one. This is a 370 piece. Look on the eye level, and there's actually already a 370 piece up for 20,000 gold, so I'm not going to flip that one either. Let's see here. City Crusher Sabatons. Okay, now this one would be a decent one to flip. So as you can see, there's a 370 listed for 50,000 gold, and then a 385 listed for 40, and the next auction is listed for 65,000 gold at the same value. So what we could do is we could buy this, and then we could relist it at, or undercut the 65,000 guys, so list it for 64.99. And if that were to sell, we would make at least 20,000 gold profit, and of course it's a factor in the auction house cut and all that. But I'm not gonna buy this one and try and flip it, just because there's a decent amount of them up, and so I would probably have some decent competition. So 1, 2, 3, 4 385 pieces up, so I'd be competing against these 4 guys here, and I just don't think that that would be worth it. So we're gonna go ahead and click back up here and check out this one, and not really worth it, because there's another 370 right here, 40,000 gold, so I wouldn't be really flipping much. Now I could try and flip this one because it has a socket, and this one doesn't. So I could list this one for higher, but I just don't feel like any of these BOEs currently listed on my auction house are worth flipping. So I'm not gonna go ahead and flip any, but over the course of the next few days, I'm gonna be scanning the auction house to see if anything pops up that I think might be worth flipping. So a good example would have been the ring that I actually got rid of at the beginning of this episode. So I bought that for 25,000 gold, and the market value for that was 100% or 100,000 gold. Sorry, the market value for that was 100,000 gold, and I bought that for 25,000 gold. So I got it at 25% of the market value, and because of that, I was able to list it back up to 100,000 gold. And if that were to sell at 100,000 gold, I would have made 75,000 gold. But I had competition on it, and I ended up selling it for 90,000 gold, which I can't complain about because I made 65,000 gold just for buying something off the auction house and then reposting it. So flipping BOEs can be tough. It can be a little tedious as well, making sure you're the lowest price all the time. But yeah, they also take some time to sell depending on if you're investing in a lot of BOEs. So if you're just banking on one BOE, it's not a popular one, it might take a little longer to sell, but eventually it should sell. So you just got to be wary of that. With that said, I am going to post a link to my paste bin in the description of this video, and that's just going to have basically the strings that I'm using on this character, and it's going to have also the TSM strings that I use on my main character as well, so his enchanting and his tailoring strings. But I'm going to post all of these strings with their operations to that paste bin. So if you want them, you can get them. You just have to copy and paste the text and import them into this tab right here, and make sure it says include operations. So that's all I've got for you guys for this video. Thanks for watching this episode, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to leave me a like, that helps me out a lot. Make sure you subscribe and share this video with anybody you think might like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.